What's up, guys? So I love me a good tightrope walking act. I mean, it just got the perfect level of talent and danger and thrill. Just it's a good thing to watch. It's a fun thing to watch. So today we're going to talk about the top 10 tightrope walking acts ever. Let's dive right on in. Number 10 is Melissa Andrejewski, Andy Lewis, and Jimmy Fitzpatrick. Now here we have highliner Andy Lewis, freestyle motocrosser Jimmy Fitzpatrick, and acrobatic pilot Melissa Andrejewski trying to cram as much awesomeness as possible into one video. It's an amazing act of coordination, focus, and timing. As Lewis is tightrope walking 20 feet up in the air, Fitzpatrick does a flip on his bike, and Melissa is flying her plane underneath both of them. I mean, just look at that! How cool is that? Number 9 is Dean Potter. Now, Dean Potter was an expert climber, tightrope walker, and a base jumper. He's performed some incredible acts, such as walking on a slackline at Cathedral Peak in Yosemite National Park. Here, Potter climbed to the peak and in front of a full moon, walks across the line with no safety harness. He's also crossed Taft Point in Yosemite, which is over 3,200 feet high, and walked over 100 feet on the line. Now, sadly, in 2015, Dean Potter passed away in a base jumping accident in Yosemite when his parachute didn't deploy. Number 8 is the Flying Wallendas. Wallendas are the first family at tightrope walking and can trace their tightroping lineage all the way back to 1780 in Austria-Hungary. In the 1940s, the Wallendas officially became the Flying Wallendas and developed their trademark stunt, the 7-person chair pyramid. The stunt involves 4 tightrope walkers on the bottom, then 2 standing on poles that rest on the shoulders of the 4 on the bottom. Then on top of all that is the 7th person on the chair. As if that isn't hard enough to keep balanced, they would then walk the length of the tightrope in this formation. That's awesome. Although unfortunately the stunt didn't always go as planned. In 1962, the pyramid crumbled, leading to 2 men's deaths and a 3rd being paralyzed. Adili Wuxor. Adili Wuxor, otherwise known as the Prince of Tightrope Walking, was able to walk on a tightrope above the Bird's Nest Stadium in Beijing for 5 hours a day, every day, for 60 days straight. Which, if you ask me, is insanely impressive. He's also been able to tightrope walk parallel to the 6th highest bridge in the world, which is 1,150 meters high, 4,590 meters long. And if that wasn't hard enough, he had 2 students do the act with him coming from the opposite side of the bridge. Now, not only does this make it more shaky, but when they met in the middle, he had the students lay down on the wire and then stepped over them to get to the other side. Number 6 is Xiaoyan. Now, Xiaoyan is only 3 years old and is currently being billed as the youngest tightrope walker ever. And while it's debatable if a child this age should be on a tightrope at all, just wait till you hear the act that her father made her perform. The 3-year-old had to walk on a high wire 29 feet in the air and 165 feet across, all while above a tiger sanctuary. That's right, she had to walk above 9 fully grown Siberian tigers. Luckily, she was wearing a safety harness as she fell 3 times because of strong winds. After her performance, her father said that ultimately he was disappointed in the walk. That's bad parenting right there. Number 5 is the Skyliners. Now, when performing a tightrope walk, it makes sense to have the rope secured into 2 stable points in order to make it easier to walk across. Well, the Skyliners decided to throw this idea out the window as they tried to walk between 2 hot air balloons while they were 2,600 feet in the air. Unfortunately, no one was able to make it across, but luckily no one was hurt as they were all wearing the parachutes. Number 4 is Karl Wallenda. Karl Wallenda was the most famous of the Flying Wallendas and started performing with the family when he was just 6 years old. He was famous for performing incredibly high tightrope walks, called skywalks, across stadiums like Busch Stadium and the Astrodome. Now, skywalks are incredibly dangerous because they are usually done without safety harnesses, and at that height, there's really no point for a net. His most impressive skywalk was probably on July 18, 1970, when Karl walked across the Tallulah Gorge in Georgia. The rope was suspended 750 feet above a certain rocky depth, and not only did he manage to make it all the way across, but he also stopped to do 2 headstands along the way. Number 3 is Nick Wallenda. Nick Wallenda is the great-grandson of Karl Wallenda, and in 2012, he performed the insanely impressive feat of tightrope walking across Niagara Falls. He started off on the American side, passed over Horseshoe Falls, and ended up on Canadian soil. Since it was an international walk, he actually had to have his passport with him as he crossed over the falls. He's also walked across the Little Colorado River Gorge just outside the Grand Canyon, and as said, he plans to perform stunts at the Eiffel Tower and the Great Pyramids. Number 2 is Freddie Knock. Freddie Knock is a tightrope walker from Switzerland and has quite a few impressive stunts to his name. In August 2011, he walked up the cables on a cable car at the Zugspitze mountain in Germany, which was over half a mile long, and he went up 1,148 feet in altitude. To make it even more impressive, he did it without a safety harness or a balancing pole. Knock has also walked between mountain peaks in the Swiss Alps. He started off at the Binkenrat Peak and ended up at the Piz Previous Peak, which is at a height of 3,280 feet. For this one too, he had no safety harness and was 50 years old when he completed the trek. And number 1 is Philippe Petit. On the night of August 6, 1974, Philippe Petit and his team snuck out to perform the artistic crime of the century. What was this crime? Well, a tightrope walk across the Twin Towers. Using bow and arrows, the team spent the night constructing the 130-foot tightrope, and then at 7 a.m., Petit stepped out into the great abyss. He was able to cross back and forth 8 times before he was arrested. Petit went on to become an instant hero, and all charges were dropped as long as he performed a show for children in Central Park. Philippe Petit and his stunt were made into the documentary Man on a Wire, and even a film called The Walk. So there we have it. In my opinion, those are the top 10 tightrope walking acts ever seen. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sound off down in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one every single week. See y'all next time. Bye.